more sad news and a continuation of no nice things, chat. More releases. They're gone. They're gone. PCF, who did we cut again this time?
We got so do we start with the top name that we just found out a few hours ago?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We start with Mr. Samoa Joe, my man.
Beautiful.
Samoa Joe is
beautiful. It's about time. Does he have 90 days? That's what I'm concerned about. Does he have 90 days?
Twice in 9 months. I think it was 9 months.
He got released?
Wow. Yeah.
Well, this was because his injury. They don't want to clear him, and then they gave him something else to do. Here, you go over here and do this.
Dead ass. There was a picture of him when they were doing the scouting shit for the NIL.
Yeah.
The WWE NIL, and he was there. So like, there is value in him. You got someone like William Regal, yo. There's value. You're really telling me. Norman Smiley too, right? You're really telling me that these people were of no service to you. Yeah, I get. We're gonna talk about NXT in a few. All right?
Word.
But you're really like, we're gonna talk about like the whole black and gold thing.
But you know why it wasn't about not being of service. You know why they got cut.
All right, we're gonna get there to that particular situation, I guess.
That Stephanie has something to do with it.
Oh,
hey.
You just blew
it. Go ahead. Mischief, go ahead. Yo, talk about it. Talk about that shit, bro.
I don't know shit about Stephanie. I don't know what
Let me get that tea, dog.
Nah, man. But the fact of the matter is, like,
the fact of the matter is Stephanie, bro.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
242. Wings.
Shout out to Blue 42.
Shout out to Blue 42.
Yeah, Island boy.
Oh, that Rumble's coming soon. That Rumble's coming soon, chat. I don't want to say nothing, but let's just leave it at that. That Rumble's
on Saturday, man.
Whatever NXT 2.0 was supposed to be, you really believe that it's a developmental blah blah, and people like Samoa Joe and William Regal and Norman Smiley can do not, like, they cannot help you with that.
Not with those salaries, they can't.
That's what it is. It's the zeros. It's gotta be the zeros.
It's the money.
It's gotta be the zeros.
The money.
That's
what it comes down to.
Is it the zeros or is it who they're associated with?
Both. Could be a little bit of both.
Associated with?
Could be a little bit of both.
Unpack that a little bit.
Is it that WWE is getting rid of all of Triple H's guys?
Is that the direction we're going into?
And is the person next in line HBK?
Oh.
But if wait, what?
You want to just bump it out right now? Fuck it. We're gonna do bumps and shit. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
A lot of people took issue. All right, I'm gonna start it like this, and then Vic, go ahead. But a lot of people took issue when Braun Breaker came out, New Year's Eve, right? Like, obviously, a lot of people take issue with a lot of things, right? Going back.
Sky's blue and flat.
NXT changed and all this splatter paint and blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, no doubt. But here at New Year's Eve marked like really a turn. Like, this was a change in the matrix here. Braun Breaker comes out, right? And if you notice, leading up to this match, Braun Breaker and Ciampa were having, confrontations, and Ciampa never said you'll never have this title. He never said you'll have this particular title. Not in NXT, not in my NXT. That's a very particular phrase that he chose to repeat.
Yeah.
You'll never be a champion in my NXT, said Ciampa to Braun Breaker. And now Braun Breaker comes out, and what does he do in his entrance? He kicks through the NXT.
He breaks through Ciampa's NXT.
He gets the X out.
He gets, yeah. WWE loves changing letters, and he gets the X out. Right, he kicks the styrofoam X in half, and it's representative of the black and gold.
It was a brick concrete X, Mischief.
It was a brick concrete.
It was a mixture of both.
It was pure steel. And he kicked it in half,
and representing
like
Wreck-It Ralph, but Braun Breaker.
I think that was representative of the death of the old NXT, of Ciampa's NXT.
Black and gold.
The black and gold is officially dead.
Out with black and gold, chat.
And they've been telling us this. We should have paid attention better. They've been telling us this for a minute now, but this is official. Not only was it symbolic in the whole promo and the breaking of the X and but it was literal in the changing of the kingdom, right?
The
Of
champion,
guards, if
yeah.
you will, right? With Braun Breaker, but also in the back with Regal and Smiley and Road Dogg Jesse James and all these people getting cut, people that are of value in my opinion.
It's crazy, value.
And the working,
So who steps up?
before the who steps up, the working theory is that they were actively removing people that were hired by Triple H.
But what would be the reason behind that?
They didn't deny it either.
I have a theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but just a theory is that Vince
Speculation.
is pissed at Triple H internally because he lost to AEW.
Salty much?
Now notice everything changed when Triple H got sick.
Yeah.
Everything happened, and everything started happening when AEW overtook WWE in the rating. It was like they overtook Raw at one point in the demo, and like AEW was beating NXT. Boom, NXT to Tuesdays, NXT splatter color Splatoon, NXT change. Yo, from the moment Triple H, got sick or whatever, NXT just became a whole new product.
Yeah, that's fair to say. And that is why Vince McMahon will always be Thanos. That's why Vince McMahon will be the biggest heel of them all. Because he's literally trying to play chess with people's lives.
You can't argue that.
You're so petty that you're upset because you lost in ratings. So you take the opportunity when a man's on a deathbed to wipe out all the work that has been created for the last 6 years.
Nah, I think the deathbed was a coincidence, to be honest. And
I think it was more opportunity.
I think
That's
Vince
what I'm
don't even give a fuck,
Of
regardless
course,
of
it was
that.
easy to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, like, what did Regal have to do with that? What is some, you know what I mean? Like, these are people.
Hired by Triple H, he's Triple H's people.
That's what I'm saying. But,
I
like,
don't know if that's true.
that's
exactly.
fucking very biased. That's very personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good business. But that is Vince's business.
I don't know, man. That
is Vince's business.
Vince
That's why he's
been about his business.
always.
So,
WWE.
But remember, that's not just business anymore, though. That's also family.
Remember, Vince don't screw Vince.
Vince
No.
don't screw Vince.
I can't wait for Triple H to be all elite.
Vince is the dad from Succession, bro.
Bro,
That's what it is.
The same guy willing to do an incest storyline, who went into a church and spit out holy water and cussed out God. The same guy who did whatever to his son and fucking gives him the shittiest birthday shout outs on Twitter.
And he lets his daughter get abducted.
He lets
by
his
the
daughter
Undertaker.
get her marriage consummated while she is under the influence, right? As a storyline.
He said, "What's up, my ninja?" to John Cena.
Triple
No,
H
he
all
didn't.
elite.
It wasn't Ninja.
Oh.
It was a ninja.
It wasn't
But that's-
Ninja.
It was
you know.
Ñaño. It was
Yeah.
It was
Ñaño.
Ñaño.
He's like
Because
Ñaño.
but even Booker T was like, I cannot believe he just said that.
Manny Manuel said Triple H all elite.
Yo, is Triple H gonna get released?
Oh
Yo.
my god.
Imagine Triple H got released. Yo, that should be wild.
Yo, I'll tell you this much.
Full side.
If Triple H were to do divert, if he were to go to AEW, it'd be the end of WWE as we know.
Yeah, but would he go to?
Think about it. He's been the brain. He's been the brain of
It
it.
depends on how much he loves it still. It depends on how much he loves the business. Because think about it, you take away his baby.
And if he's spiteful,
That's who really
right?
said.
I mean, yo, because if he gets if he right now gets fired, would you not be spiteful?
Yeah.
I would
Your
be
father-in-law?
I don't know
think
what
I
I
would
do
go to
being Triple H,
AEW.
man.
Not
Yo.
only spiteful, but you also release your people. Because if you're telling me this is the agenda,
Triple H probably come out with his own league. I mean, his own promotion.
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I have a good idea.
Uh-oh.
Triple H is all about. Triple H is all
sucks
about.
it.
Yes! Yes!
That's Kim Kardashian.
The Chaperone 3 in
Jesus,
between.
That shit was trash, but his co-star is hot though. Ariel Winter.
Yeah.
What if Triple H teams up with returning Ring of Honor sometime down the road, and that shit can blow up?
I think Triple H has a mind that would definitely help a promotion up and coming. Something small like an NXT or some shit.
Nah, yeah, I think
He
I'll
can
tell you
help.
the easy way would be Evolve.
Evolve.
right? Evolve because Gabe Sapolsky also got the cut, and that means Evolve is also out of like the whole NXT.
WWE.
So they're on their own now. That
Yeah.
ooh.
So I mean, I
Ooh,
think
that's a launch. That's a launch
place-
pad.
That's a place that would completely, because ROH has a legacy and other places have a legacy, and AEW is a thing. So him going there would be controversial as fuck. Of course it would be, but
I think it's too easy.
it'd be.
But think about this. If he's doing this shit out of spite, he wants to decapitate the head of the dragon. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're gonna decapitate the head of the dragon is if you go to AEW.
He'll only go as far as Stephanie will let him.
Yo, exact. And I was gonna say that. Keep that in
But
mind.
Vince is not gonna go as far as Steph will let him.
That's his
No.
father-in-law.
But Vince is not gonna go as far as Steph will let him.
Yeah,
so,
but that's her daddy.
yeah, until
daddy.
Steph gets the boot too.
No, because
Nah.
that's hold on. Part of that
Nah.
castle, part of that WWE castle is hers.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what.
But that's
No
her
matter what.
husband. That's a boy that he put on.
Yo,
Remember, Vince made the decision to put him on, and Vince is not saying "fuck you."
all right.
You don't think
If
he'll do the
Vince
same to his kids? Well, we
that's-
just talking about he does to fucking
No, he
Shane.
wouldn't do that to Blood. I mean, because Shane is Shane, and he's.
Do
fun
you
to
not
pick
watch
at.
Succession, my man?
No, man. Who gives a fuck? It's scripted too. I don't give a shit about Succession.
Ooh.
Ooh,
These are my
it
successes.
is salty over there. TJ said it's salty,
baby.
Himalayan salt. All I'm saying is Vince McMahon is ruthless. Ego is a real thing, folks, and I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. We've given plenty of reasons why Vince McMahon would fire Stephanie or cut her off.
Just cut off.
Because he would feel like it. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Happy
If you're
with the
telling me he's
villain.
doing all this to his son-in-law, the one he put on the map, then who wouldn't he do it to?
Yeah, he don't
he,
give no fucks.
he wouldn't do it to his daughter. I don't think he would do it to his daughter. He
Until
wouldn't.
he does.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't do it to his daughter.
Until he does.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Because what if she get tight? Because he does. He cuts off Triple H. You think she gonna take Triple H and cut lightly? You think Stephanie McMahon would be like, Dad, you had to do what you had to do?
No,
If-
she's not gonna be dad. You have to do what you have to do, but
Like
I don't know, man. That's a tough pill to even predict.
that's
we-
yo,
if we
that's
got to
that's
that bridge.
cause. That's cause to go to the board of directors and ask him to fucking step down because of impulsive decision making and shit. Where you
Ooh.
you fire family, the COO and shit. Like, nah, come on, man. That's levels of shit right there. That shit could get messy.
Yo, real quick,
And
real
I'm telling
quick.
you, it shit could get messy on a legal level, on a personal level, on a network level.
This could be
like-
something that blows up. Woo! Woo, this could be
the
scandalous.
implosion of the WWE.
Or
This
this
could
could be
be-
a storyline.
Steph is more loyal to daddy, TJ. I think at the
I
end
don't
of the
know,
day,
yo.
she'll be
I
more
don't
know.
loyal
Yeah,
to
I don't
daddy.
know.
Yeah, until she
I
sees
don't
that
know,
daddy
yo.
not loyal to them.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Listen,
Once
Daddy
you see
don't give
daddy
her-
got
Yeah. I'm with
Yeah,
Daddy
JP
don't
on
give her
this.
the beach hoe.
Bro.
I'm
Hold
with
on,
JP
hold
on this one, man.
Nah, because look, they're all on the board, right? And if daddy really starts losing his fucking mind, they'll take the board from him. It's
That's
a
what I'm
voting-
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
dog.
saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So like,
So that's more loyal to Hunter.
yeah.
But in terms of like, she's never gonna get fucked.
Oh, no way.
Except
No
by-
way.
But no, she's never gonna get fucked. So
Until she
why-
does.
No, either way,
Well,
she
there
can
is
play.
that
She
until
can play
does.
either option.
Yeah.
She can play
But
either
she's
option.
on the board.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and she could also be taken off the board.
I don't know.
Not like that. Like she's got a controlling stake. Like Vince has the highest fucking stake, but if everybody combines against him, he's not gonna be able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
The reason Vince does whatever the fuck he wants is because Linda's on the board and Shane's is on the board and Steph is on the board and Triple H is on the board and a bunch of yes men are on the board. But
So
at the end of the day, if Vince loses his collective fucking mind and starts like really coming at family, they're gonna whip his ass.
100%. But that's the thing. We're alluding to the fact that he already is. Because if you're telling me he's willing to fire Hunter, who's on the board.
Okay, now let's see it from Triple H's. From Vince's side.
Uh-huh.
Right? Vince has never lost at any. Right? Every time, like WWE has just grown and grown and grown. Right? WCW was the big company. He took it down. AEW just got here. None of AEW should touch us. Right? None of it.
Right.
Because we're well established and whatever.
Mhm.
Triple H is like, let me take it. Let me take it on. Let's fucking go head to head, man. Fuck them. We got this because Triple H is DX in his mind and he's like the rebel. NXT has always been the rebel brand. NXT has always been the other branch of DX in my head, right? So he's like, I got this. Yo, you better get this because that shit'll be embarrassing if we lose. We don't lose. WWE is big. We cannot be losing to these motherfuckers.
Right.
And what happens in Triple H with a company that NXT was a third brand, and we argued about that.
Yeah.
Right. And I was hard to convince, but towards the end, I was like, hey man, yo, it's a third brand. Until what? Until AEW beat it. Triple H was able to, he got sick, and then everything changed because Vince was like, man, fuck that. We don't lose. You had your chance to run this shit. You fucked up, embarrassed me. Nah, yeah. We're gonna do what I wanted to do in the first place, and this is gonna be indie. I mean, developmental.
So then that would, if that's the case, that would him pointing his fingers and trying to put the blame on somebody else. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, first and foremost, remember AEW was never created to go up against NXT. That's a false narrative that was created by WWE to put them in their place.
Right.
But that
keep
was
them,
never the competition.
Keep them away from Raw.
Because if that was
SmackDown.
indeed the competition, then why is it that so many of the talent that's pushed up to Raw and SmackDown that is in AEW right now? We're not talking about talent that was in NXT, right? We're talking about talent that was on the main card that now is main events in AEW. So the competition has always been there.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, it could be argued that NXT was the only good content that WWE had going, with the exception of maybe SmackDown
Big
at
facts.
times.
Big facts.
For a
Right?
while.
So if anything, the only reason that we're even in the conversation was because of NXT. So once again, this is Vince pointing fingers at somebody else, and not only pointing fingers at somebody else, pointing fingers at a family member.
This
And
is
that's
how,
what I'm saying. If he's willing to take out Hunter, he's willing to take out anybody.
This is how you cover your
This
ass.
is the man that we looked at taking over. This is the brains. He is the professional. Stephanie and Shane have been raised in the business, have been in the business for long, but at the end of the day, Triple H was a performer, has been behind the scenes. He is wrestling, right? That was supposed to be the next guy up. And if you tell him he's about to cut his throat, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't give a
think
shit.
I ultimately don't think there's a throat cutting. I think it's more like, hey, first of all, don't forget, this shit is mine.
Yeah.
You're playing with my toys. I let you play.
And look what you
fuck shit
did.
up.
Yeah.
Give me my toys.
So as Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, understanding that what everything I just said, where in reality is Vince's fault, right? Because the product that Triple H had his hands all over wasn't the one that was losing, right? He's choosing to point a finger in that direction, but that wasn't the competition.
And
If
to
he
be
don't, out of
honest with
spite,
you,
let go of Triple H, let go of people that they've known for years that have made that product what it was. If that's how he's gonna handle that, you think they're gonna be happy about that?
They're not gonna be happy about it, but yo, you can't deny Vince's like acumen, dog. He's
Acumen?
yeah, look
That's
what he,
petty.
fam,
That's petty.
Whether it's petty or not, it's his company.
100%. But it
So
doesn't mean
it's-
it's a good decision.
but it's how he covers his ass at the end of the day. Because, yeah, he points the finger. Now the blame's off him. Nobody's really looking at Vince here. At the end of the day, it's
So-
AEW defeated NXT, not WWE.
So are you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me that this is a move because he's getting pressure from sponsors and
I don't know about
investors and stuff?
sponsors,
No,
but like
I don't
I
think
think
so.
reputation.
Alright.
I think
Reputation.
I think
Reputation?
definitely reputation
Alright.
for sure.
I'll give you an example. You're a
Give me
football
one.
fan, right?
Give me an example.
So in this football team, right, the WWE football team, who's the GM?
Vince.
No, Vince is the owner of the team.
Oh, the
Nick
GM.
Nick Khan.
Yeah, but it's the
Okay.
Cowboys, bro.
Oh, then it's Jerry Jones. He is
Uh-huh.
Jerry Jones, right, on the Cowboys, right?
Uh-huh.
Then there's the GM, and the
Who is
GM
Jerry
is gonna
Jones?
be
Nick Khan.
is gonna be Nick Khan, right? It'll be Nick Khan.
Nick
And then
Khan.
there's coaches everywhere, right? And then there's the head coach and la 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 la, right?
La 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 la.
When something's wrong with the team, you don't go fucking cutting the owner, right? The owner never falls on the shield. There's nothing like he avoids all damage, right? Look at the Jets; they've sucked for fucking forever, and it's all 100% Woody Johnson's fault, right? As far as I'm concerned, there's no coming back from that just because that's the owner, that's who it is, and you can say the same thing about the Jaguars, all right?
Walsh.
But, right, looking at this company, WWE, right? If something's going wrong on your team, you're gonna cut the coach. You're gonna cut people on the lower end, on the high lower end, right? You're done cutting players. You're gonna start cutting coaches. In the literal sense, you cut people like William Regal and Norman Smiley. On the non-literal sense, you're gonna put people like Triple H in a position where, hey, you're not gonna have as much authority as you used to have, because look what you did.
So that what you're telling me
You
then
lessen
is,
the brand
if you want to equate it to football, what you're telling me is that the reason why the team went 2-11 or 2-16 was because the offense couldn't score, but you're gonna let go of the defensive coordinator.
That's exactly what the Jets do all the time.
No. You're gonna look at the team went 2-17 because of bad fucking play calling, and you're gonna
but not on NXT. Not on NXT. That's the point.
All right,
not the play calling was not on NXT, and he's trying to take it out on NXT.
No doubt. But
So
NXT
what do you mean the play calling wasn't on NXT though? I don't understand.
NXT
that it wasn't NXT that fucked up.
It was though.
NXT,
it was.
No.
How did NXT fuck up?
Because it was NXT. It was NXT that we're going head to head with. It wasn't Raw.
That was the narrative that the WWE put there.
It doesn't matter, but they were still on the same day.
That was the reality that
it was on the same day.
Those were the rules. WWE said this is the game we're playing, right? And these are the rules. In order for the AEW not to look like real competition, because it's the new kid on the block and people will hype, all right? We got to put it with the lesser brand, and the lesser brand is NXT. And there's no way they can beat NXT, right, Triple H? Yo, right, boss, there's no way, bro. Don't worry about it. I got you, Dad.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Vince started firing people from the main card. So then, are you trying to tell me? Hold on. It wasn't that. It was NXT has a cap. All right. NXT only got to a certain height. It only goes to a certain place. All right. Because they can't expand over like 1.2. I think was the highest NXT got. Right. So they had a cap. They had a ceiling of people that were willing to follow NXT. And when AEW caught up and surpassed them, NXT lost. Now, NXT was the best product they had. But if the best product they have is losing to AEW in a storyline where NXT is the lowest bar, then you fucked up. NXT fucked up.
Yeah.
No, but I disagree.
Not in real life.
The reason why I disagree is because you're comparing NXT where you have a roster of talent that's up and coming, going up against a company that had up and coming talent, going up against main eventers. Because you're going up against Chris Jericho. But you had John Moxley come over to AEW.
Would you?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the fight they chose. It's like Pokemon. I choose you, NXT. You deal it. You go on Tuesday night.
Right. But what if Triple H jumped the gun from the beginning by calling AEW a pissant company?
That didn't help.
And then he wrote that letter to them. It's what is it? It's on a sprint.
It definitely felt like he took it upon himself.
Jumped the gun, bro.
To deal with AEW. The way those promos came out and the way fucking they were airing and the way AEW was bragging and the demo god and all that bullshit. Those were from the Wednesday night wars. My bad. Wednesday night.
Cody breaking the throne.
Yo, but
that was all of that
storyline that WWE wrote.
Yeah.
And that's the storyline that AEW was happy to play.
Because now, when you think about it, now that NXT is gone, now we're gonna look at Raw. Now we're gonna look at SmackDown.
And that's what Vince is
He
most
didn't want to do. He didn't want that. That's what you don't. Because now you're gonna get exposed. The snake's gonna get cut. The snake's gonna show, and it's gonna be bad.
I'm glad you brought that up. All right, because I had an argument on Twitter about this. Have you seen the long-term numbers of Raw, SmackDown, AEW, blah, 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 blah?
Nah.
Is this dude? His name is Brandon Thurston. All right? I shout him out every once in a while. Every couple of weeks, he fucking releases the ratings. And it's just like a chart of where the ratings have been and blah, blah, blah. Now, Raw and SmackDown are much higher than Dynamite and Rampage. Obviously, Rampage is the lowest one. But AEW long-term has started trending up, especially in the demo. In the demo, AEW beat Raw 1 or 2 weeks.
They're going to fall first.
I believe in the summer.
They're going to fall first. Raw will fall first.
Raw will definitely fall first. But Raw is much higher than Dynamite, but Raw is slowly trending down. You extrapolate that data over the next 2 years. Remember, WCW was ahead by 3 weeks. That's a little bit more than a year. I mean, that's almost that's over a year and a half. So give AEW time, and in time, we might say we're talking 2 years, we might be talking 3 years. Maybe they got a couple big signings, spike things. All right, but if WWE doesn't get their shit together on the main roster, we're gonna see AEW overtake them in the long run. And now that NXT Black and Gold is fucking dead and buried and gone,
Their only wrestling show. Their only wrestling show.
The only competition is who? Raw and SmackDown. So Raw and SmackDown now got the heat on their ass to make sure that AEW does not come close in ratings, because the longest running episodic weekly blah 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 show has to maintain its top tier status. NXT, by NXT Gold losing those weeks, lost all respect and credibility as a top tier wrestling show in Vince's eyes. That's why Vince dismantled the whole thing.
That sucks.
Well, that means that Vince is putting all the chips on their own developmental system, right?
Yes.
Because they're pushing now, getting all these athletes to become, these wrestlers.
What is it? NIL shit?
Right.
Yep,
So that's the move then. So they put all their money in the baskets into their development to beat AEW.
This is it.
Yep.
This is the takeover. Okay. That's it.
I think
not
Vince
to be AEW. Not to be
No,
AEW.
be on top. Be on top.
Yeah, they have to. I think they reevaluated it on that sense. They're like, yo, we can't look at AEW. We have to look at like making sure that we have quality fucking product and stars.
Why didn't they do that with Raw and SmackDown then? Leave NXT the fuck alone.
Because you have to start somewhere. You gotta start.
That's a terrible idea.
Dog, like you can't just get. What do you do? What are you gonna get? College dudes and just throw them in the main roster?
No, what I'm saying is, it's like the one thing that was working for the WWE, they destroyed. How the fuck does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah, it was their only pro wrestling show. Sense? And now it's terrible. They're
like,
still doing.
You sucked because I used to get there in 45 minutes. So I'm gonna take the train and bus. I'm gonna get there in 2 hours. Like what the fuck was that?
The sports entertainment business is done.
The thing that Vince needed it to do, and it was to keep AEW from looking legitimate. AEW beats NXT, it's no longer legitimate, or vice versa. AEW is legitimate. And now, legitimately, it's going to start creeping up on Raw.
Yeah.
If anything, I would say that by him making that move, he's legitimizing AEW. Because at the end of the day, he's the one that has to say on it, right? So by blowing it up, you're just giving credit to AEW. You're not standing your ground. So if anything, he folded.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. He could have said something about the whole damn thing.
If that's the decision he made, that's a stupid decision.
Vince screwed Vince.
Vince screwed Vince.
Yeah. You're willing to break professional relationships. You're talking about family relationships. And that's just over that. Like, that's ridiculous. It makes no sense. I'm not a multi-billionaire, but there's no sense in that. I don't see the logic.
Loco, se ve.
Okay. Like, yo, you go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Yeah, this sports entertainment versus pro wrestling is not gonna do Vince any good, because people are AEW fans are thriving off the fact that they're getting quality matches with less bullshit. I don't think Vince knows how to do that anymore.
Not only that, but think about the talent in NXT. If Black and Gold is really over, that means that you talk about Ciampa going up to the main roster.
Yeah,
how they're gonna utilize Ciampa?
Royal Rumble time is upon us.
How are they gonna utilize?
But didn't Ciampa not want to go?
Yeah.
To the main roster?
Yeah.
I guess he took that check instead of going to AEW or being out with Johnny.
Oh, I guess we'll find out in a couple months, right?
Yeah.
So he had to.
Yeah. No, definitely Ash. That was not the best thing that happened to NXT, was letting Adam Cole go and all those guys. Man, you're right, man. It's crazy. It's bad.
It's crazy.
But it goes deeper than that. It's definitely deeper than this. That's a great theory we came up with tonight, because it makes a lot of sense. At least that's how we could manage to make sense of it. Because my God, if it's not any of the things that we said tonight, then what the fuck could it be? Why the fuck could he be dropping all these people?
I will tell you this, Manny. Day one was a lot better than New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Day one actually was a pretty phenomenal show.
Someone got their nose broken.
For
That
sure.
was fun.
New Year's Eve was the passing the torch, I guess, because who were the champions in New Year's Eve?
Mandy,
Biggie.
Mandy retained,
You got
which has been the greatest move for Mandy, to be honest.
Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, he unified that shit, right?
He's
The
a-
cruiserweight.
Unified.
He's an NXT Cruiserweight North American Cruiserweight champion.
Right.
And he's the second wrestler in NXT history with 2 titles.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
It was him and Keith Lee, yeah. So you also had the women's title. You said Mandy. The tag titles were also defended, were they not?
Yeah, no, it was a 6-man tag. MSK and Matt
that's
Riddle
right, that's
versus
right, that's
Imperium.
That's right. That was a nice match too.
Yeah.
But day one was a lot better, I would say. But it was not bad. I do believe Braun Breaker got the belt too early. Like, it don't make sense.
It was a second chance. I mean, with them destroying NXT, yeah, I guess it did make a little sense. Fucking.
Yo,
I mean, I was
out with the old and with the new. So
You know what? He was the closest to being ready on a brand that was supposed to be the new developmental. Right? Ciampa is clearly gonna be main event. Main roster material, Rumble, da. But Braun Breaker was the closest thing to what they needed. Green new guy to look and feel like that is legitimate, right? Like Braun Breaker, he fucking looks like a champion. Like Green, like yeah, he needs work and certain things, but yo, he's pretty freaking good.
He's good.
he's
Yeah,
good.
he's not
good
as
enough.
green as Jade Cargill, you know what I mean? But I can't say that. But he is good. But it's too early. But PC up, go ahead.
I will make a bold prediction right now
Ooh,
and say that your NXT champion Braun Breaker is gonna be in this year's Royal Rumble.
Oh, that could be.
for sure.
That could happen. I could see that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's
if
gonna
you
be
want
one
to
of those
show light to
20%.
them, of course, you have to.
Yeah.
I think Walter's gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
Karrion Kross is a name I'm gonna miss too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross, he
I
needed
think
to
I'm-
leave.
I think I might miss Scarlet Boy.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross talked. I forgot who he talked to, but he said like when he was in NXT, Triple H listened. They worked on things together.
It was Renee on Renee's
Oh,
podcast,
okay, yeah, oral session.
Oral
Right.
session.
Hey. So he talked about that creative process and how it was very, very different on the main roster. On the main roster, it's like, here, do this, and you get like no creative input. You're just like, do it, whatever.
Wow.
And yet they wonder why they lost.
Well, WWE has been scripting characters for a very long time, but they haven't been scripting promos for a very long time. When we look at like Attitude Era, there was a lot less scripting going on.
Yeah.
I also understand that when you have more charismatic personalities, you might feel less inclined to script them, right? You had people like Triple H and Rock and Stone Cold and even Mankind and whatever.
Well, you also have to consider that was a new aspect to the business, because the way that the Attitude Era exploded, what it made itself into, what it ended up making WCW into, was not really what you saw back in the day. I mean, we're talking about wrestling at one point didn't even have intros. You know what I'm saying? Low intro music. You look back into the 70s and shit.
It was like NWA.
You know what I mean? And then we get to the point where the Attitude Era, where it's on its highest fucking popularity, and you have these superstar talents killing it on the mic. Everything they're saying, people love. So like, oh shit. Why do you think the fucking cocky made ideas that Vince came up with? The reason why is because he saw all the shit that was going over. He's like, oh, well, they like that. They go, you're gonna puke. You know what I mean? Like the stupid shit that was happening.
Puke. He's gonna puke.
So now they feel as a company, oh, we know what we're doing. This is do what we say. But that was never the recipe. That was never the recipe, right?
Mm.
If the quarterback is winning the game because he's calling audibles, why force the offensive coordinator to call the plays, bro?
You should have called an audible.
Audio bulls,
You
yo.
should have called an audible. What's that?
Yeah, that's where he fucked up. He called
That's where he
audio
fucked
bulls.
up.
That should sound like a cereal for the Eat your audio bowls. Coming soon to HBC.
Oh,
that's
man.
what our podcast version of this show should be. It's called Audio Bowls.
Audio.
Sit down, eat your cereal.
Yeah, subscribe and like, hit that
like button right now. All right, follow us on Twitch, SoundCloud, iTunes, your mother's